But what it was, it all come down to the radiation. The radiation literally ate up my whole abdomen.
Oh, wow.
So I went back to the radiation doctor, and he sent me to Lewis Gale over at Salem, Virginia. The guy that done my internal treatments, because that's where that was taking place at.
Mm-hmm. Welcome to Creepalachia. I'm so grateful for our next guest coming in the studio today and telling me about her life the past 4 years, you said?
Oh, no,
or longer
15.
than that. 15 years. I'm 15. So awful at research, but I thought...
That's okay.
Okay, but so you've been dealing with cancer for 15 years.
The first probably 4 years, yes. The after effects is what I'm dealing with the last 10 years.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay, so that helps. That's where I got the 4 from. And this is Terra Walker, West Virginia resident, and I appreciate you being here.
Thank you.
Yeah, so let's go ahead and start with some backstory. Tell me about you and where you grew up.
Oh, I grew up on the eastern end of Greenbrier County, between Ronsford and Rennick. So it's just all eastern, and grew up there, Ronsford till middle school, and then middle school to high school in the Rennick, Frankfort area.
Awesome. Yeah. So Greenbrier County.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Yep. Your whole life?
Yep. Whole life.
Heck yeah. I love it. So what was life like? What'd you do for fun back in the day?
I was outdoors, like to ride bikes, swimming. We lived by the river, not far from the river. So I was out, just out and about.
Yeah.
Yeah. Outside. I enjoyed it.
That's one of the most beautiful areas in West Virginia, Greenbrier County. It's so gorgeous.
Rennick is nothing but farmland up there now. I mean, there's families and just houses, but they didn't have. We had one store up there, and I don't even know if they have a store up there now. So, yeah.
Yeah.
Since, when my mom died, I don't go back up there, so I just kind of stay on the western end now.
Yeah. What was your health like growing up?
Excellent. Didn't have a bit of trouble. Only thing I ever done was I had stitches in my head once. And otherwise, never at the hospital. Nothing.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely nothing.
Have you ever smoked or anything or any kind of nothing?
I drank some, but I wasn't an alcoholic, but I drank some.
Right. Yeah. I love this time of year because of Oktoberfest. It's one of my faves. But
yeah.
All right. So pretty, average good country life, would you say?
Absolutely.
All right. When did you start noticing something was off? Take me to the very beginning.
I was 32. Yeah, 32. And actually, me and my friend that I worked with, our local clinic, Raynell Medical Center over there, they was doing the people that did have insurance, they were doing free cervical checks, breast checks, the whole thing. Mm-hmm. And we both, where we worked at a local store, no insurance. And so we was like, why don't we both go up there and, this free service, get checked out, because it had been a while, and I'm going to tell y'all ladies, don't wait. Always get your checkups, please.
Mm-hmm.
So we did. We went up there, and a few days later, they called, and they're like, you have some abnormal cells that come back in your test. And I was like, okay. So we're going to set you up with the gynecology. I was like, okay. I'd had 2 kids. I've been to those doctors,
How old were your kids at the time?
Let's see. They would have been, my son would have been 10, and my daughter would have been 12.
So there's a lot going on.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. But before that, they were into sports. So I was always doing something. So I was still running about before then, all good, working all the time. It was nothing. And they set up the appointment. And I went in. They done an extensive testing, like very painful. I know a lot of people talk about how painful when they have to like clip a piece off in a female, and it's very painful. Very.
What is it like? Scissors, or I mean, it's not scissors, but
it's kind of like they just go and kind of bite a piece off.
Jesus.
And it's very painful.
Yeah,
yes.
I could imagine.
And then a few weeks later, I come back in, and he just looked at me and he said, "I'm just sorry to say," he said, "but you've got a type of carcinoma." And I'm like, You know, I was kind of just like in shock. And my aunt was with me because she was like my mom, and she breaks down crying, and I'm just like looking around, you know, thinking, okay. And he's like, "We got to get you set up with oncology." And I was like, okay. You know, it was just, wow. You know, didn't think.
I imagine, like you said, surreal, like, you know, I would imagine there was a big pit in your stomach or something of just like, oh my goodness.
Oh,
like
absolutely.
Just,
yeah. Because, you know, I had 2 kids in middle school or elementary, you know, and like I said, I'd never been sick. Not at all. I mean, common cold here and there. Had my kids, no hospitals. I mean, never. And then that hit, and that was in October of 2010. So this is going on 15 years here this October when it first everything.
Wow.
And so it took them till January to start treatments. I end up having to have radiation and chemo both at the same time. I had 5 days a week radiation, 2 days a week chemo. So once I was finished with chemo on whatever days, I would go straight from the radiation to set at the chemo place from like 9 to 3 and sit there for 2 days. And done that. I had 35 external treatments of radiation. It's where they just do the outside, you know, the little pulses through there. And then I had 5 weeks of chemo. But afterwards, I had to have 4 different times of internal radiation where they put a big, I don't even know what to call it, thing up in there and attach it straight to the tumor that was in there. And I had 4 of those, and they usually lasted like, I had to go 4 weeks in a row. I think I was there from like 8 a.m. to like 4 p.m. by the time it was done with everything.
Shoo. So earlier, and you mentioned the name of it. What was that again?
The carcinoma, a cervical cancer carcinoma.
So it was cervical cancer?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Did they say early on, like, what stage you was in? Or?
I was 3B, and it only goes up to 4B. So, yeah, it was...
So that means it was like in your lymph nodes and...
Well, no, my tumor was just attached, thankfully, just attached to my cervical wall. And they was able to just directly pinpoint all the treatments. Like the external radiation treatments, I had, you're on the table and this big machine goes around you. And I had 7 different ways that the little rays, I call them, was going in to my stomach area. And they had 7. It was like 1, it'd go around 2, it'd go around the back 3, 4, all the way. And it was 7 different times that they done that. And it went directly pulsated into that area. And I could feel it. It was crazy. You could feel a little, I don't know. They felt like little waves of current.
Like energy?
Yeah, and it was. And they were like, oh, I said, I feel them. And they'd go, and you'd lay there and they'd play music for you and all that junk. I mean, they were really good to me there, but.
Sure. Who was your doctor?
Oh my goodness. His name was right on the tip of my tongue.
That's okay. Do they kind of just set you down in the beginning and kind of strategize and say, okay, here's what we're going to do?
They take scans. They see how big it is, where it's attached to, and, everything like that and all.
And you said you did not have insurance at the time?
At that time, but when I got the checkup, I did not have insurance because I worked for a local, company.
Mm-hmm.
The one that my husband worked for, they didn't have the insurance through there yet. So yeah, I had to end up trying to get the state to help, like on Medicaid, trying to, because, the guy that I worked for, like I said, he was local. He owned a Western Auto. They're really old, and they didn't have it.
Most small businesses don't have insurance.
Yeah. And it was fine. I mean, he was a good guy to work for, and
it's expensive. I mean, like a lot of businesses can't afford it.
Absolutely.
And they're, most are barely making profit. But yeah, so you got a couple things going on. First, you get this devastating diagnosis, but then you also got to worry about the financial side of it, of like, well, this is going to take a while. What are we going to do?
Well, thankfully, I had a couple good friends that they were helping my husband out. They didn't work. So to let my husband be able to work and still bring in income, they took me to almost every one of my radiation treatments.
Oh, that's sweet.
Yeah. And so, yeah, it was pretty rough.
Yeah.
Because all I'd want to do, once I got done, I'd come home and just want to sleep. And then when you start taking it, it makes you deathly sick.
Yeah.
Yeah. I had to take a medicine called cisplatin. And it was a 2-day thing for 5 weeks. And it made you feel like crap.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What kind of symptoms would you get from that?
Nausea.
Fatigue.
Oh, throwing up. Yes. Nausea all day long. Weight loss. Because I couldn't eat.
Mm-hmm.
The fatigue was awful. The fatigue and the throwing up was probably the worst of it.
Yeah.
And then having to get stuck because I chose not to get a port put in.
What does that mean?
Port, they would put like this. It's a little bubble that they put in your system that already run like an internal IV in there, and all they would have to do is stick you.
Okay.
Yeah, and I chose not to do that. I've just heard things. It's just my opinion, on the infections you can get from them. Mm-hmm. And,
I won't judge you on your port choice, Tara. It's totally your decision. Right. I mean, I imagine, that's one of 1,000 decisions you have to make.
Yeah, so. It was tough. So they end up having to stick me every time, every week. And it got real bad.
Sure.
My veins got bad, and that was from January to April. All that occurred, and
of 2010.
That went into 2011.
Gotcha.
Yeah, after diagnosis in 10,
gotcha.
October of 10,
okay.
Treatment from January 11 to April 11.
Got it.
And I went back to work for a little while, and
what'd you do then?
I worked at the Western Auto, a local store that we have in our town, and he done everything. He had between phones, he had washer, dryer, refrigerators, and then he also owned the garage that attached to it. So he done a little bit of everything in there.
Sure.
So Paul Raines, I don't know if you'd ever heard of him.
The name sounds familiar.
Yeah, he done the Lindsay Raines motorcycle ride that gives scholarships to kids.
Gotcha. Yes. Okay.
Yeah, and I worked for him. He kept my job for me. Him and his wife Vicky, awesome people. kept my job. I went back just working part-time the rest of 2011. 2012 was great. I mean, it was good. Then at the end of the year in 2012, I started getting these real bad pains in my stomach.
Mm-hmm.
Didn't know what it was. Like, I was thinking maybe something I ate at the time, or, this and this. And January 3rd of 2013 is pretty much, I say, when all hell broke loose. Sorry about this.
No.
Okay.
Hell is a welcome word in the show.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
And we live right next to my in-laws, so I'm squalling. I called them on the phone. I'm like, something is wrong.
Mm-hmm.
Something is so wrong. And that's the beginning of all my emergency room hospital visits. And I went from January, February, and March in and out of Greenbrier Valley, in and out of Raleigh General. And nobody could figure out what was wrong. They took my gallbladder out, thought that was it.
Mm-hmm.
That wasn't it. And
they put it back, or you can't put it back.
No,
once
you
it's
can't
gone.
put that one back. No,
it's like, daggone it, I like mashed potatoes. Can you put that back?
Yeah, and that's pretty bad too, because the gallbladder thing, after they take it out, your stomach ain't quite the same either.
Sure.
But so after they done everything, they done scans, they just couldn't figure it out. And I didn't understand why. I was like, something's going on.
Mm.
Something bad. After they took the gallbladder out, they sent me home. I get home like that night, or maybe the next night. And I get so sick. And, a day after surgery, I'm getting sick, and I'm like, this is killing me. My husband, poor thing, he was sitting behind me holding my pillow while I was getting sick.
Oh.
Because it hurt so bad. And I decided to go back to the guy who done my radiation, and I really bad that I cannot remember his name. I know it starts with an S, but
it's not that Dr. Shim, is it?
No.
It wasn't in Beckley?
No, it was in Lewisburg.
Gotcha.
It was in Lewisburg. He's no longer there.
Okay.
Oh my gosh. I can't.
Well, while you're talking, I'll look it up. We'll find it.
Yeah.
Maybe he's still there. Is he still there?
No, he's not there.
Oh, gotcha.
He went to Princeton, but that was, 15 years ago too. So I don't. Oh my gosh.
We'll find it.
That's going to aggravate me to no end.
That's okay. It's okay. So you're going through these issues. Did now during those 2 years, did they technically say you were in remission at some certain time?
Yeah. I went back, had scans done.
Gotcha.
They didn't see nothing. But what it was, it all come down to the radiation.
Mm.
The radiation literally ate up my whole abdomen.
Oh, wow.
So I went back to the radiation doctor, and he sent me to Lewis Gale over at Salem, Virginia. The guy that done my internal treatments, because that's where that was taking place at.
Mm-hmm.
We go the end of March, and all I can tell you is I remember checking into the hospital, but from the end of March until Mother's Day, I couldn't tell you what happened.
Wow.
Yeah.
That long?
Yep. Couldn't tell you. And in that time, and this is all by people telling me, so I have no memory of it. So sometimes I can remember everything that they say because, like I said, I have no memory of it. I ended up getting 3 bowel resections done over there. And at the last one, they had to put an ileostomy on me, which is the bag.
Mm-hmm.
And that was hard.
Sure.
That was really hard. Being a 34-year-old and have a bag that lets everything come out of your stomach. It was nasty. It was disgusting. you know. So part of my intestine, I had a little part of my intestine that come out my stomach.
Mm-hmm.
And I had the little seal thing you put on it, and everything I ate or drank come out.
Wow.
Yeah. But I was in there from the end of March to I come home July 11th or June 11th.
Mm-hmm.
June 11th. So I was in there all of April, all of May, and June. And, so.
Was you in a coma?
They induced me to keep me because I was cut open from the the top of my sternum all the way to your bottom part. It's probably about 12-inch, the whole thing, the whole stomach. And they left it open to heal. That was bad. The dressing changes were horrible, but I got down to 87 pounds.
Mm.
And I was 138 when all that started.
Mm.
So I lost quite a bit of weight.
Sure.
But like I said, in that time, they took inches and inches and inches every time. The first time I ended up getting infection. So they had to go back in, take some more out. Second time was the same deal. I had a type of infection in there.
And is it like MRSA or like?
Sort of.
Sort
yeah.
of? Yeah.
And the third time, when the radiologist went in to look at it, he damaged it a little bit. So then the third time is when they put the bag on.
Oh, goodness gracious.
Yeah.
So radiation was just continuously eating your body.
That made my bowels collapse.
Mm.
And in that time also, as I'm going on down my life here, we'll get into that. It also damaged my kidneys.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah. But the start was my stomach, all my bowel stuff. And I got to where I couldn't eat anything. Couldn't keep stuff down. The surgery, I was so weak. Like I said, I was down to 87 pounds, and it was bad. So I come home in June. I couldn't tell you the amount of ER visits probably.
Sure.
That year. And I ended up throwing a blood clot in my lung with it.
Goodness.
Yeah, that was pretty bad. So they ended up, they put what's called a greenfield filter in my groin area up this way to catch the blood clots. And I still have it to this day.
Hmm.
Yeah.
So it like catches it in your bloodstream before it gets to your heart? Is that the basic?
Well, I can show you a picture of it, honestly.
Sure.
Yeah. I mean,
let me see. Yeah.
See that little wiry? The wiry thing.
Oh wow.
Them big things are to keep my ureters open, but that little wired thing.
Can I show this?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
Let's see here. Oh, you can't really see that too good, but
yeah, you can blow it up, but this right here, this little wire thing.
Right.
It that thing right there catches the blood clots.
Gotcha.
Mm-hmm.
Wow, science is crazy.
Yeah, that was very painful though.
I would imagine.
I was awake when they shoved that up that artery.
So it goes up there and then they expand it?
Yeah, it's a wire that they shove in and it goes like this.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay. Phew,
so that was very painful. So they were thinking, well, all the surgeries you have, you're not mobile. I wasn't as mobile as I should be.
Sure.
And I'll tell people this too. If you have big surgeries, try to get up because you don't want, the clots and everything that comes if you don't maneuver yourself afterwards. Yeah, you have to get up. You have to do the PT. You do.
What did the world feel like after you came to and realized, do you remember the first day where you were like, oh, I'm in the hospital? Or
Not really.
Not really?
Not really.
It was just all a blur?
Yeah. Like I said, the only thing I kind of remember, my kids had come over on Mother's Day and brought me this great big card.
Oh.
Yeah. And that's really what I remember. And just on and off of after that a little bit from the May to June, which was probably about a month, it was on and off, you know. So I was still really sick. Really sick. I had a big infection that they couldn't figure out. And then they gave me this medicine that was supposed to kill it. And it was torture. It was some of the worst medicines ever. Felt like my heart was coming out the back of my chest. Trying to get rid of the big infection I had in there afterwards. So, yeah.
What does that type of pain feel like? Like when your abdomen's being eat? Do they kind of give you pain reliever or like? Oh,
absolutely.
Yeah.
I had a button.
Oh, okay.
I did. I had a button because they would, like, it's open like this.
Right.
You know, and I have all this stuff that they would stuff in there. It looked like silver silk is what it looked like. And then they would cover it a little bit. And I even had a vacuum, like, attached in there, a medevac that sucked all the nasty stuff out to make sure it was healing good.
Sure, yeah.
But when they would come in there and change the dressings, because I also had that time was right here, was that ostomy, you know, and all this was open and very painful, very painful. They would give me, like, a calming med like Ativan or Xanax or something before, like 30 minutes before the ladies would come in to change my dressings. And then they would make me hit my pain medicine button before they started.
And would the reason be because it's dried up and they kind of got a rip or
yeah. I mean, if you think about it, if you've got a cut and you have a Band-Aid or two on it and you pull that Band-Aid off, that's really sore around that cut, you know. So you think of somebody's whole belly laying open 7-8 inches and they're pulling off that nasty tape that you get at the hospital. You know, they're pulling. Thankfully, they had these little oil pads that they would rub, pull, rub, pull, rub, pull, you know, and then they're digging down in there in the flesh, in the open muscle, pulling out all the other stuff.
Are you just sitting there asleep, or are you watching them? Or?
I'm watching them.
Goodness gracious! It's like a horror movie.
Yeah, you're laying there, and I'm like, you know, you're trying to control your breathing because the pain is so bad, and it's like if I hit the button, you know, I may get a little nice sensation, you know, of pain relief for a minute, but it would probably take them like an hour to clean everything. And then they would have to change my bag. And you have this little hole, probably about this big, and part of your intestine is sticking out of it. You know, about that big. Here's a little, it just looked like a little red blob sticking out. And you had to put this seal like right around it. Like it had to be right around that. So you think you have that open. You have your intestines sticking out, and they have to change it too. And if you had any leaks, your stomach acid would eat the flesh around my stoma, is what it's called, the little stoma.
So there'd be like irritation and...
very, very bad irritation. Yeah. And then trying to take medicine, I was on probably 20, 25 pills a day at that time too. And it was a high output ostomy is what they called it. And I would take pills and then they would pop out. Yeah, it's really gross.
No, this is, I appreciate you sharing. This is what I've always been interested in learning is like, what is the realities of this?
Well, like if I would drink something colored, it would come out colored.
Like instantly? Or it'd take like a minute?
No, well, 30 seconds. Because I couldn't absorb everything. So
sure.
Probably 80% of it was coming out. Yeah. And that's like eating a meal.
Yeah.
I mean, some half digested food, maybe some undigested food would pop out.
So I imagine, and not to be too graphic, but would it be kind of like the consistency of like vomit? Would that be what it would look like?
It could.
Okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
If I had ate enough of something.
Right.
Yeah. But like, I drank Gatorade because it was supposed to be hydration, but it just looked like Gatorade coming out. Just red Gatorade, red come out, Did
you ever like mess with anybody around, like drink red Gatorade and then just be like, I'd be doing stuff like that just because I'm a piece of garbage.
Well,
but you were kind
of the thing that they keep on it, like you can't see it.
Right.
It keeps it covered because I actually would not want very many people to see what come out that bag. It was nasty.
And if I say a mean joke, just tell me to shut up.
I don't care. No, I'm good.
But goodness. Okay, so how in the world how long does that take to heal?
Well, I had it on for 4 years.
Wow. And then that's when it's officially healed, I guess you call it. Not really? No?
No. I went back several times to the surgeon who put this on at Lewis Gale.
Mm-hmm.
And he just kept saying, I don't feel comfortable reattaching your stuff. I don't think it's ready. Yada, yada. And I was like, then I need a second opinion.
Sure.
Because I'm ready to get this off. I'm 35 years old and I look like an old person walking around, with a bag on.
Sure.
And
most people understand, but yeah, I mean, you personally, I'm sure, like, it's just so uncomfortable.
People look.
Yeah.
Because I couldn't wear jeans. I had to go buy stretch pants.
Mm-hmm.
Wore big shirts that come down to where, unless it was really full or something that nobody could really tell. It gave me I thought about it. Every time I walked in somewhere, I was like, do they see it? They wonder what's under my shirt. I did.
Sure.
My kids played sports in high school. You know how high school can be. And I'd walk in to watch them play. And I had 2 good friends that if anybody would ever look at me different, they would have smacked them, but they helped me up the bleachers. I sat with them. If I needed anything, they would just, but yeah, I was 35 and
sure.
Wondered what my kids thought too.
Yeah.
At that point.
What were they saying? Like, no, it's fine, Mom. We love you.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Both my kids. They didn't at all.
I wonder why we do that because, like, and we lose perspective of, like, how lucky we have it when you're healthy.
Absolutely.
And, like, I'll get a zit and I'll just be like, oh, my life is over for 2 weeks. They're looking at my zit. I'll go somewhere. And then, like, but to be honest, I never really personally pay attention to anyone else and their problems. But we're just so, I don't know if it's self-esteem or what it is, but you're going through some real, scary stuff.
Oh, absolutely. Well, during that time that I was at Salem, they called in my family. They called him in.
Wow, really? Just saying, like, we don't know?
We don't know.
Oh.
Mm-hmm. And it went on for probably about 4 or 6 weeks. My husband, he's staying over there. He doesn't come home. My kids are staying with his parents because we live right next door. And they're taking care of them. And, poor guy, he slept in the truck, our truck in the parking lot many nights. He tried sleeping in the hospital room, but it just didn't work. And like twice a week, probably 3 times maybe, he would go get a hotel room and, shower good and sleep in a bed and try to get some rest,
Sounds like a good dude.
Very. Yeah. I couldn't have done it without him.
I was going to ask, like, what kept you going every day? Like, just... Did you try to stay upbeat or were you just like really dejected at the time?
I was depressed.
Yeah.
A lot. Absolutely. Like I was on medicine for it for a long time. like just thinking I can't do this or I can't do that. And, my kids are they grew up so fast because, they were having to do everything, but just, always in the hospital, emergency room visits. I couldn't tell you the times. They're probably in close to 800-900 times, probably.
Wow.
Easy. And then spending time, a week here in the hospital or a week there, sometimes 2 weeks, 30 days, Charleston, Lewisburg, where we have our local hospital. Stayed at Beckley a few times. And it was very crazy. And in that time, in those 4 years that I had the ostomy on, the high output ostomy dehydrated me severely. And that caused renal failure. So I'm in stage 3B renal failure still. Because my kidneys won't get better. They don't go backwards and get better. They stabilize, but they don't get better.
Sure.
Yeah. So, and the radiation ended up scarring my ureters, which is your tubes from your kidneys to your bladder. And they're supposed to be like this, and mine were like this. So I had to have stents in all the time. That was them big long things I showed you on that.
Sure.
And very painful. Felt like a knife was coming out your back. They're very painful. Had to have them every 3 months. I had to have new ones put in. And every 3 months, that would make me go under anesthesia every 3 months and have new ones put in. Because at the end, they start growing bacteria. Any foreign object in your nasty kidneys, the bacteria just attaches to that plastic thing that goes up in there, the stents. And I was forever and a day having UTIs, infections, enough to where I'd have to go and, have IV antibiotics. So then the dehydration also caused all my minerals, I call them, your potassium, your sodium, your mag, calcium, all them to go plummet. Bad. And
how did you counter that? Just vitamins? Or
I tried. But, I have malabsorption in my gut still because they've taken a lot of my guts out, my colon and stuff. And a lot of IV, mag, potassium, and if anybody ever has to have IV potassium, be prepared.
Does it hurt?
Oh my gosh. It's like fiery hot razor blades going through your arms. Wow. I have actually shut my IV off because it hurt so bad.
Oh.
Yeah. It was very painful. A scale of 1 to 10, it was 11, buddy. 11. I'd rather have my kids over. It's very painful. So, so then after years and visits, my body starts getting just, there's pain. There's my veins are eat up bad. I have so much scar tissue where they've tried to put IV access. I've had IVs in my feet, IVs in my neck because they couldn't get them anywhere on my arms. Because potassium and all that stuff ate it up. Well, just in general, Yeah.
Wow. So what do we think happened? Like they overshot the power, or is it just everyone's body reacts different to radiation and you just didn't know? Or?
Yeah, I guess it's just that they're trying to hit a tumor on a woman's cervix. So I guess going in from this way, they're going to hit the stomach. Going in from the back way, they're going to hit my kidneys or my bladder. I mean, because they're going in from the backside.
Sure.
So yes, I guess any of the, radiation that hit any other organ
And it just slowly deteriorated little by little until
Little
it
by
really
little.
started becoming a problem.
Yeah. And on top of kidney stones also.
Goodness gracious. Tara, you're such a kind person.
Oh.
I'm so sorry that you had to do this. This is just...
It's crazy. I mean, there was like 10 years of like, I'm like, is this ever going to be done? You know? And then I just got to where, you know, I was going to our local hospital all the time.
Mm-hmm.
And I really swear, and I, you know, I hate talking about it like this, but, you know, talking about drugs. I really don't think that some hospitals, and I'm not blaming everybody. I'm not blaming any particular doctor, no particular person whatsoever.
Let's call them out, Tara. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
I probably could, but I won't.
I'm kidding.
But, you know, I mean, somebody that comes in with my history and, you know, I tell them that I'm hurting or something's going on. I felt like I was flagged at hospitals, especially our local. I won't say the name, but our local.
Sure.
And I felt treated different, you know, because I know they have problem with drug people coming in just seeking drugs for whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm like, if you read my history, buddy, you know, I don't want to take them. I don't want an IV put in my arm. But if it's to relieve anything that I was feeling at some of them times, yeah, absolutely.
Sure.
You know, but it's very aggravating. Very aggravating.
No, yeah. I mean, we constantly need to look at the way we do things. And I think that I could see, I mean, you know, you go in Med Express or wherever and they have a big sheet of paper that says, we do not give pain medication.
Absolutely.
You know, when you, and we got to be observant of issues there. But at the same time, I mean, there's people really hurting.
Absolutely.
We forget that often these pain medications also were a blessing to a lot of people because beforehand it was just like, good luck.
Yeah.
You know, and that wasn't abuse. That was, you know, resolving pain issues simply.
Yes.
And I'm glad you brought that up.
Well, before I was sick ever, a Tylenol. Like, I'd never taken anything more than Tylenol. I had my kids natural. I wouldn't even take, you know, the epidural or anything. Like, I didn't want that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But it was a blessing when I was very sick. It was.
Sure.
You know, I'd lay there in tears and agony and, you know, some of the doctors and nurses were spectacular. I mean, probably half of them. And then the other half could be pretty ridiculous.
Sure.
But I had a nurse one time come in and she's like, you've already been here 22 times this year. I was like, really? It's like, oh, okay. Cool. You know?
Yeah, this is great. I'm having so much fun.
Yeah. You know?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm having fun. Y'all sticking me. And,
Yeah.
and, you know, I'm in pain laying here. And yeah, I'm just having a great time. But yeah, just stuff like that.
Sure.
You know?
No, yeah. Well, and also, you know, on the medical side, they get people get any job. People get complacent. They're overworked. They're underpaid.
They are.
And every personality is different. And I've met some angels of nurses, but also I've had some experiences myself where it was like, I'm not sure if they really necessarily care what I'm going through right now.
They don't believe what you're saying.
Sure, that too. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. And
Sure.
like you said, there's some wonderful doctors out there and wonderful nurses. And I've made some awesome friends, you know. But there is some that, you know, they just come in and, you know.
Sure.
We got to do this again or, you know.
Yeah, just judgment.
Yes.
Judgmental.
Judgment. Yeah.
And it shouldn't be that way in a hospital. What we need to make you like an infographic for this whole podcast to put bullet points of like, look, this is what I've went through. Don't give me any crap.
But I do understand the druggies that go in there too. I do understand that. And I don't want to take that away from them whatsoever.
Oh, yeah.
But I do want them to take notice when people that really do need it.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. We have a lot of health professionals that listen, and usually people that listen to the show are critical thinkers, and they
absolutely
know that, like, you know, odds are if they're listening, they're probably a pretty awesome nurse. But it's great to keep perspective of like,
absolutely,
if you're having a tired day going into work, kind of get over it and just address each situation individually.
That's what you went to school for. If that's what you want to do, I know there'll be bad days.
Yeah.
I do. I had a couple of nurses cry, and I'm like, sit in here and talk to me a minute.
Oh,
you know?
Yeah.
I've had friends that they're like, do you want me to take your laundry home and wash it? And I'm like, what? And they're like, yeah, I'll do that. Or they'll go get something extra special, you know, and bring it in. And yeah, I mean, I had a lot of those, a lot of good people like that.
Oh, yeah. But it hurts. It's like, daggone it, I had to go through, this wound for 4 years of my life. Can you please just, give me the freaking pill and not judge me, or whatever it is, you know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, I didn't decide I wanted to have cancer, and then the treatment kills the cancer, but it killed everything else in the middle.
I've never thought about that. But it makes sense. I mean, literally the goal of radiation is kill stuff. And that's what they're doing. Yeah. So it makes sense that, there's instances where they kill more than what needs to be killed.
Well, you think it was 15 minutes per session, 5 days a week for 7 weeks. A laser, radiation going in throughout your whole, it was my hip area and up a little bit, depending on which way the thing went. But yeah, I mean, I didn't think about it after I had the radiation and stuff. Not at all. I did not think it would do something like that.
How long after that last treatment to when you started having issues?
Let's see. It was April of 2011 was the last treatment. And it didn't... I might have had some symptoms around November of 2013. So it was over a year. Wow. It was over.
So it just kept on chewing away.
Yeah.
That whole time.
It just, I guess what they, it's scarring, adhesions in there. And, adhesions, they just keep eating, keep pulling the good tissue. And yeah.
Is it doing it right now?
It can, yeah, absolutely. Yeah, because I've had other surgeries.
Right.
Even after that surgery, finally, after 4 years of going through just like feeling terrible, awful, I went to Cleveland Clinic. They wouldn't do anything. I went back to Roanoke. They wouldn't do anything. Charleston wouldn't do anything. And finally, I went to Duke University. Went there in June 2nd of 2016. And I had the reversal surgery by July 26th. So he took the ostomy off, put all my intestine back in together, and closed my belly up.
How'd that go?
Well, it was very painful. And see, during this time when I had the ostomy, you don't poop.
Right.
Okay. So I hadn't done that for 4 years.
I mean, there's silver linings to everything, I guess. Because, I mean, sometimes it's a pain. But listen, it's also a blessing. I'm sorry. That's a terrible joke. Keep going. I'm sorry.
Just wait.
Right.
So I was like, oh, wow. And the doctor even told me down there, he said, some people will come back and say they want the bag back because it can be very painful. And it was. Probably for the first year, I pretty much like... how do I want to say that? Kind of be good. Kind of maybe scalded my behind because, nothing had been out that way.
Sure, yeah.
For years.
Yeah. Well, imagine you don't use something for years.
Yeah.
And then you use it regularly.
And that's what's coming out.
Right.
So it was very bad at times. I would want to sit on a washcloth that had ice cubes in it
Right.
I mean, I don't have a filter.
Oh,
when it
we're
comes
going
to-
all out.
okay,
Listen,
I'm good.
People need to hear this stuff.
Yeah.
Like when you wear a ribbon or when you do stuff and you go on little 5K walks, all that's great.
Mhm.
But at the same time, we need to know why.
Yeah.
And sometimes this is why.
Yeah.
So
So
yeah.
after that, there would be times, and after he fixed it, I have chronic diarrhea.
hmm
I've never had a normal bowel movement since I got put back together. It's all just very loose. And I don't know if you know how babies are when they had the runs or
Sure.
something.
hmm
You know, they got galled really bad.
Yeah.
Well, I do, and I still do. So, yeah, it's very...
Oh, they make a whole line of products, the butt paste for the babies.
And I've tried every one of them.
Really? The
Every one of
Bordeaux?
'em. Oh, yeah.
Mm.
Aquaphor, the paste, it's like I couldn't even throw it off my fingers. It's so thick, you know.
Sure.
But yeah, I've tried it all.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
So yeah, but yeah, I mean, so that, you know, that still leads to low minerals, you know, low or anemia sometimes, low blood count, low potassium, low, you know, this and this, and yeah, I have to watch that.
And could some of that stem from the gallbladder being gone too? Like, I wish we could have kept that gallbladder. You would think that would help.
I did have stones. I did have gallstones, so I guess he went
gotcha.
ahead and like decided to take it out even, you know, at that point in time.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, it's pretty rough. If there's certain foods I can eat and I shouldn't eat, I can tell, you know, like lettuce, a salad is really hard on my stomach. Dairy is really hard on my stomach.
Did you try some kind of diet? Like, did you have to go keto or something?
Oh, yeah. I mean, the dietitians in the hospital, God love them, but they're terrible.
Let's talk about it.
It's horrible. You know, they're like, no, you shouldn't have this. You shouldn't have this. You shouldn't have this. And I'm like, what is left, people? You know, they're like, no fried stuff. You shouldn't eat salad. No cheese. You know, and I'm like,
try this glass of water.
yeah, maybe chicken noodle soup, you know?
Right.
I mean, but yeah, I just kind of got to where I would try it and see what happened. So,
Goodness.
but there's some days I can eat a salad and I can be okay.
Right.
It don't hurt me as bad. And then there's other days I can eat a salad and I won't make it out of a restaurant.
Wow.
Yeah.
So
And the times that maybe I've messed myself also. And I'm 48 years old
Sure.
and I'm saying that. You
Oh,
know, and
listen,
I'm like,
I
oh
haven't
my-
went through this and it happens. Like, but I could only imagine, like you get an infinite hall pass.
Yeah.
But yeah. So would you have done the surgery if you could go back, or would you, like, what do you think?
Well,
Knowing what you know now. The
I
reversal.
actually didn't have, I don't know at that point when I first had that, you know, the first surgery you mean, or maybe when they put it back together.
Yeah.
No, I would still have it. Absolutely.
Gotcha.
Absolutely. I would not want that bag on me.
Sure.
No, I'm good.
Well, it makes you wonder, like, well, you probably could have had this earlier.
I think I could have, yeah, at least a couple of years.
Sure.
A couple of years. I know I had to heal, and I know I had some, you know, bad scarring and adhesions and everything in there. I know that. But, you know, that doctor at Duke didn't blink an eye when he said, yeah, I'll do it. And my mouth dropped to the floor that day. He said, we'll get you set up. He said, we'll do it in about 2 or 3 weeks. And I was like, excuse me? It's like, really? And my husband's in there and he's looking at him. And he's like, we're both just dumbfounded,
Sure.
honestly, because I didn't think he would. But yeah, so I went back 3 weeks later and had it done. Stayed in hospital 5 days. That's it. 5 days.
Wow. What to send him a Christmas card. Like, hey, thanks, Doc.
Oh, he's still there, too.
Oh, really?
Yeah, the doctor done it down there.
And you said it was Duke?
Duke University.
How proper, the Dukies.
That's
We
our
did the
favorite
reversal.
basketball team.
Oh, well, okay. Well, I was big Kentucky fan back in the day. So we hated Duke.
I know. They're big rivals down there.
Christian Laettner, wherever you are, you can piss off. I don't care.
I'm a big Grayson Allen fan.
Okay. Well, yeah, I mean, I got over it. I got out of basketball later in life, and
I got you.
I kind of forgive them all now, but
yeah, they've been good to me. They was good to me down there, so I can't say nothing.
I mean, that's kind of like the staple place to go for West Virginians for meaningful surgeries. I hear all kinds of people say that they went to Duke, and
my father-in-law just had a double lung transplant down there.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So
how does that work? Both?
Yes. Oh, they gave him a seashell. They cut him from armpit down under his pecs and all the way. Yeah.
Wow.
It's been rough, but he's doing pretty good. So, yeah.
I mean, that's incredible. Think about that.
Mm-hmm.
Both lungs.
Both lungs. Yep. Took him like 7 hours.
Was he a coal miner?
Nope.
Oh,
he worked in the automotive stuff. Yeah.
A lot of smoke and
yes, like turning flywheels and all the dust and stuff. Yeah. So yeah. So we've dealt with a little bit of everything in the last few years. So it's been crazy. But
well, and you've managed to just keep your personality and stay upbeat, and that's what's so inspiring about this for me. Obviously, I wish you wouldn't have to be in here, but I'm glad to meet you and to hear how you've handled this and are still handling it.
Oh, I just actually I had 2 other surgeries just in 23 at WVU because I had to change urology doctors because I was going to our local and it just wasn't big enough there. So I ended up going to WVU, and that's where my urology and gastro doctors are now. So they went in to fix my ureters, the tubes, between your kidney and your bladder. But they also moved my bladder. It was called a bladder reimplantation. So they fixed the tubes to where I don't have to have stents no more, and fixed my bladder. It's not working 100%. It's slow, which he said he'd like to see more faster flow and stuff, but it's working. So, and I've been pretty good since then. So, but during the time that he was doing that surgery, my bowels perfed.
What does this mean? That sounds awful.
Kind of exploded.
Goodness.
Yeah, it kind of went poof during the surgery. So then 4 days later, I'm up in the room, me and my daughter, because she lives up there. She come over to eat lunch with me. I'm sitting there and I'm eating just in a chair like this. And all of a sudden I feel something go poof. And then the hurt start and the burning started. And I couldn't talk. My daughter's going into frenzy. She's calling her dad because he's 3 hours away down here. The doctors or nurses are coming in. She was 25, but still, it scared her.
Oh, yeah, no, it's your mom.
Yeah, and the doctor comes in, which he's a great doctor, Dr. Train at WVU. Wonderful, wonderful doctor.
Shout out.
Yes, very. And he comes and gets her. He tells her, he says, I got her, take her back into surgery. And so I spent from October 12th to November 1st. Back in the hospital. Spent that whole time in there. Ended up going back because I was sick again. And they end up, I threw another blood clot.
Goodness gracious.
Yeah. So they put me back in, gave me blood thinner, everything else, and, kept me for a couple of days to get it stable and then sent me on my way again. So altogether, I've had 7 resections on my stomach. I've had my gallbladder taken out. I've had the bladder reimplantation. I also had urostomy tubes out my back for 6 months. They went straight into 2 tubes, went straight into my back, and I had 2 bags that I peed in.
Hold on. So it's like a colostomy, but for your kidneys?
Okay. They little tubes. that were stuck into my back.
Mm.
And yeah, so I had to clip 2 bags on each side of my pants for 6 months. Yeah.
You're like
I
the
do
Iron
that
Man.
too. All the outdoor plumbing I did not enjoy.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Wow. How long was that?
Like 6 months.
6 months?
Mm-hmm. That was right before the bladder reimplantation.
Yeah.
To give my kidneys and bladder rest before he done the big surgery.
Mm.
Which I thought it was only supposed to be like a couple months, but it ended up being 6 months.
Right.
And it was summertime. And I couldn't swim. I couldn't bathe. I had to get on my knees in my bathtub and bathe because I couldn't get them wet.
You couldn't like cover him or anything?
Nope.
Or?
Not the...
Wow.
Because it would seep. It could seep in there. And if I got any dirty water, like seeping inside those tubes, I could cause a big infection.
Could like a bug crawl in there? Like how big are we talking here?
The tubes are probably about the size of my pinky.
Wow.
Yeah, that go in there.
Mm.
They kind of look like the IV tubes, maybe just a tad bit bigger.
Right.
Yeah. Very painful though.
Oh, I no doubt.
Yeah. So we had to clean them all the time. I had nurses coming for a while to do it, to change it. And then my son, God bless him, he done it. He cleaned them for me a couple of times, 2 or 3 times a week. Take the bandages off, clean them real good, and put them back on. Because, I couldn't see that.
Mm-hmm.
And he was 21, 22. I mean, so,
Y'all have done a good job with these kids. I don't think there's many. I mean, it sounds like you have a really awesome family.
I do.
And
I do.
I think that's one of the keys of, for one, of why you're here, but of why a lot of people get through things like this is having a support system. So.
If my husband hadn't been there every day, like he did leave a couple times, like when I was in Salem, the big long stay, the first one, because a friend of his died. And I cried. Like I just cried. But they had me on anxiety medicine, depression medicine also, but them nurses, the doctor that done most of my surgeries, he was like a dad to me over there. His name is Dr. Saul at Lewis Gale. And he would come up. The nurses would actually call him and be like, you need to come up here and console this girl. And he would come sit on the bed and we would call my husband and he would get me calmed down enough to where, and then, my husband will be back in a couple of days. And yeah, he's done it all. He's went from that, he couldn't stand when the kids get sick to where, he was holding my hair whenever I was sick or changing my ostomy, or cleaning the wounds out. He done that too. I mean, he's done it all. I mean, I can't. There's nothing I could say or do that could thank him enough, probably.
Yeah.
Or my kids.
Well, for better or worse.
Oh, yeah. It's
but at the same time, like
27 years.
It's a good dude. That's a good dude right there.
Absolutely. Yeah. 27 years we've been married. So, yeah.
What's your anniversary date?
April 24th.
Nice.
Yep.
So you get your tax check and then you go on the honeymoon. That's what I'm talking about. Okay.
We try.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Well, let's talk about, so you mentioned something earlier. I kind of want to go into the financial aspect again. And, feel free to share what you want. But I'm one thing I'm curious about is the cost of all these things. Like you say, yeah, we went to Duke. I stayed for like 7 months and then we came, I know it wasn't that long down there, but this is a lot.
It was.
So I'm just curious how,
Well, and I'm going to thank the state of West Virginia because I was on Medicaid at that time. I never saw a bill.
Praise the Lord.
Never saw a bill. I mean, months, weeks, days, I could not probably tell you the amount of days I have been in the hospital. I couldn't tell you. And the only the bills I ever saw was here recent that actually WVU had sent me. when I stayed, the year of 23, all my bills that I was up there from April to October, on and off, you know, doctor's appointments, stays, surgery, you know, blah, blah, blah. And just in those few months, that one totaled over $500,000.
Oh, goodness. There's no doubt.
Yeah. So I can't imagine what if I added up every time I stayed.
That's so good to hear, because so many people lose everything. They get a cancer diagnosis and they eventually lose everything. Or they just say, you know what? Let it take me. I'm not gonna do the financial part of it, and it's so sad. So I'm so glad that that
well,
worked
my
out.
husband ended up changing jobs after 16 years just to get insurance. So yeah, so now you know, we have the private insurance through his work, which they probably think, why did we ever take her on? But you know,
No.
but then also they disabled me. So I have Medicare now.
Thank goodness.
It's not as wonderful as,
well,
there's a few hiccups in there that I don't think people realize.
So I don't know, and we have a lot of insurance agents. I don't know. I'm going to admittedly say I don't know anything.
It's confusing.
Yeah.
Like, I actually was on Medicare chatting with them, be like, what is this? Or why wasn't this one, you know, you paid $0. Why didn't you pay $0? You know, and I still don't understand.
Sure.
But I'm not saying they're bad. You know, Medicare's paid a lot for me. It's fine. But I just wanted to know, you know, why this one wasn't done or why that one wasn't done. So, you know.
Sure.
But yeah, because
well, Medicaid, Medicare, all these things are so important, particularly for rural Appalachia, because people typically don't have the funds saved for life events like this when they happen. So
where they can't afford paying insurance for their job.
Exactly.
I mean, you know.
Yeah, it's like $500-$600 if you're 25 years old. A month, you know what I mean? At some places to have an okay plan, and then
my daughter's going to do that now, trying to find one at 27.
Yeah,
that is going to be good for her because luckily her dad's insurance, they're on there till 26. So this past year though, she's been like, you know, where do I go? What am I doing? Mom, look this up. Yeah, I mean, I feel for them.
Sure. Yeah, it's scary because they're essentially put in to make the choice of like, well, I'm healthy now, but 32 years old, you said?
Yep.
This can happen to anyone, literally. And you mentioned, so some tips of what you would tell people now, like get checked early. You think that would have been
absolutely
huge?
Go, ladies, get your stuff checked. I mean, honestly, get it checked. I know the vaccine thing is a big topic these days, you know, people not thinking some of the vaccines, but, you know, my daughter and son both got the HPV vaccine, you know.
Well, and we like to just put things into, okay, it's black or it's white.
Yeah.
Here's the thing. But there's so much gray. Like, there's so many vaccines that have literally pretty much saved the human race.
Right. All the
and there's
old
probably
ones.
some that have caused effects that maybe we'll never even know the grand cause.
Exactly.
So it's one of those things I wish that people could have nuanced conversations about because it's important.
Yeah. I mean, I got friends that do not vaccine their people. And it's fine with me. That's their choice. I'm not going to down them. I'm not going to talk to them about it, like pushing it. If they ask me about it, I tell them. But yeah.
Sure. Yeah.
But get checked. I mean, like I said, young girls that are very, you know, maybe active, you know, because cervical cancer can come from HPV, you know, and young girls that are active, you know, be safe, you know, get checked yearly, every 2 years, you know.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what Dr. Shim said when he was on here. Early detection is huge factor. And two, you know, I didn't realize, but it doesn't necessarily mean about the stages because some people's bodies react in different ways and
Absolutely.
it could be more aggressive than others. And, so bottom line is get checked.
Get checked. Absolutely. Because if I would have got checked 2 years before I did, it may not have been that bad. They may have been able to just maybe go in and take it out, but it was big enough to where they couldn't.
Sure.
So definitely get checked.
Yeah, I'm over. Let's see, I'm 40 now officially. So I'm going to start getting all the checks. Well, thank you. I appreciate that. I always take compliments on the show, but I'm getting a little pepper in here, and I'm just going to let it flow. I ain't dying this stuff.
Up here too. Huh?
Heck yeah.
I'm just like, I look at it and I'm like, I've earned that.
That's right.
I've so earned that.
You've earned your stripes.
I have. I really have. So, but yeah, just, people dealing with all that or,
right.
And with the kidney thing, maybe in 10, 15 years, my kidneys will even go down further and have to think about dialysis or transplant. I don't know yet. Right now they're stable, but I am in stage 3B renal failure.
Sure.
So yeah, one thing, I get cancer, you need to get rid of it, you need to kill it, but yet the medication that helped that killed a lot of other stuff.
Oh yeah. It's like, you solve that one big problem.
Yeah.
And then you sprouted off 8 to 10 other problems.
Yeah.
And, which sucks obviously, but
it does.
how are you doing today? Like, how do you keep your mentality flowing positively every day? And is it mainly family? Is that the thing?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. My kids, my husband, my dad, and then my grandmother, she's been like a mom, and my aunt, they all, I call them, she just turned 102 in July. My grandma did.
Wow.
Yeah. And
happy belated birthday.
Yeah. And but yeah, just everybody there in between. But like, I think where I miss it though is my mom. My mom died when I was 24 and she was 43 when she died. So like there's times that I'm like at the hospital or, thinking it's like, man, I wish I could, my mom would be here. So what's she gonna do? Like give me a big hug or hold me, and I would take that, But yeah, there's sometimes there that not everything can be filled or,
sure.
But my kids and my husband, they're always there, with whatever I need to do, I can't say anything. He's like, if I call him and I'm sick, he's like, I can leave work. You need to go hospital, and I'm like, no, let me just hold off,
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I get that, talking about your mom, sometimes mom knows exactly what to say.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely. Absolutely. But my daughter is the mom now, I feel like.
Right.
Like she's the mom in the group. Like, yeah, she's like, what are you doing? Or you should have done that. Or I'm like, will you just calm down a little bit? So, but if she didn't do it, I wouldn't know what to think.
Sure.
And my son, he's the same way. Do you need to go? I don't have to go to work. So yeah.
How nice.
Yeah.
Well, you're an excellent storyteller.
Well, thanks.
Yeah.
Appreciate it. I like to talk.
Sure. I can see people probably just call you just wanting to hear some stories talk for a little while. But and two, seeing you, you drove here, you got out, you're walking, your personality is very positive, and seeing all that is just very inspiring. And I'm sure people out there that's complaining over like a toothache or or maybe you missed the trash pickup this week or whatever. Let's just get over that stuff and let's really have perspective on what really matters. And
but when I was in the hospital though,
yeah,
I was thinking about all the other people that were worse off than me.
Oh, yeah.
But you're right on certain things. Everybody gets so bent out of shape on little things, but be thankful for the good health you got. And, if your family's got good health and that, you have a roof over your head, you may not have everything you want, but yeah.
Yeah. Heck yeah. But you're here.
I'm here.
Yeah, that's right.
I keep on rolling day to day. If I get up, I'm good.
Lord, yeah. Do you go to any kind of events, like any type of cancer awareness events or anything like that? I know with breast cancer, our medical center does a few things every month for certain cancers. Like January is cervical cancer month. Mm-hmm.
And they'll put out things and yeah, I'll go and talk and and shout out to my doctor, Chris Martin at Reno Medical Center, and my good friend, Lisa Kessler. She's a doctor there too, that I've called them, talked to them. They've seen me when they don't have room to see me. So yeah,
that's great.
I'm thankful for them.
Have you met any other cancer survivors that you've become friends with or anything like that? Like what kind of community is there? I
have a few friends. One of my friends, she had breast cancer and she's doing good. Another girl, she had uterine cancer and she's done really well.
Mm-hmm.
Couple others, I just keep in touch with and everything about it.
Yeah.
Just seeing if they're good with it all.
Yeah.
Because it's hard. But thankfully, I had nothing. I was always scared. It was down in that vicinity. Maybe lymph nodes would catch on to that and stuff. But, so far, so good.
Well, I'm glad you're here, Tara.
Thank you.
Yeah, I'm glad to meet you. Everyone out there, get checked. Yeah, I think 40 for me is like the whole colon check thing. I don't know. I'm just going to do it.
It's not that bad. The prep work is the worst.
Sure.
You get a nice nap.
Well, it's the worst is just thinking about it.
It is.
Just get it over with and come on. Quit.
Just drink the stuff or take the pills and, get it done. You have a nice little nap.
Heck yeah.
Yep. Yeah, just definitely everybody, male, female, and if you don't have insurance, go to these clinics that offer sliding fees or some the free. I think the medical center, Robert C. Byrd over at Lewisburg, do some of the buses that I think one's called Bessie's bus,
Bonnie's bus,
Bonnie's bus. Yeah,
yeah. That's the mammogram station.
Yes, so do that if you don't have insurance. Just don't let it wait. You don't want to be sick.
Yep.
You don't want to go through anything.
Exactly. Don't wait, people.
Don't wait.
All right. And thank you all for listening to Tara's story. And if you haven't yet, like this video, subscribe to Creepalachia on YouTube. And if you're listening to Apple or Spotify, take a minute and leave a review. That'll help the show be found. And we are on Facebook, TikTok, Instagram, and all that good stuff. And shout out to everyone out there who is fighting cancer, and thoughts and prayers to those who have lost family or friends to cancer. Absolutely. It is I'm gonna beep this. Cancer is a piece of shit. We can all agree.
Absolutely.
Yep. 100%.
Absolutely.
Yep. And last but not least, everyone always remember, long live Appalachia.
Amen.
Amen.